number of cursed and haunted places in Japan that you should never go to. Those that have visited these places have been scarred for life. Others never returned home. From murder tunnels to cursed wells, even haunted abandoned schools. Let's talk about this and more only in today's video. Starting off this countdown, we have the Old Inunaki Tunnel. This is said to be the most haunted tunnel in Japan, and that's because a number of people have been killed in or around this tunnel. One of the tragedies occurred on December 7th, 1988. 5 teens tried to steal a car, and it ended with them kidnapping and torturing the driver. Over the years, a number of murders have happened there. Like in 2000, a person was killed there and their dead body was found dumped in a nearby dam. So this is why the tunnel is considered cursed. Not only that, but some say the ghosts of the dead haunt this tunnel still. In our 9th spot today, we have Camp Hansen. This was a United States Marine Corps base used during World War II. Now, it's been given the name as one of the most haunted places in the country. One particular eerie area on site is Building 2283. This building was used as housing for the US military. Afterwards, it was used for storage, since no one wanted to live there. That's because it's haunted. In fact, it's the single most haunted house in the entire US military. So legend goes that in the 1970s, an Air Force officer murdered his entire family in this building before killing himself. The next military family to live there reported feeling uneasy and experienced paranoia. And then the father of that family went crazy and stabbed his entire family. So that's why it became a storage house. That didn't stop the spooky activity from happening though. People still report paranormal activity going on in this house. They've seen apparitions of the family members and have heard screaming and crying. One of the eeriest things is that there is a daycare next door, and teachers were getting upset because kids kept throwing their toys over the fence. According to the kids, the children on the other side of the fence asked them to. Dun dun dun, there's no children there. In our 8th spot today, we have Aokigahara Forest, which you probably know better as Suicide Forest, although editors have to be about the word died, so whatever. This forest earned that name because of a number of people have taken their lives in this forest. It's said that every year as many as 100 people go to this forest to take their life. But why this forest? Why this place in particular? How did it start? Well, it's theorized that a 1960 book called Kuro Jukai started this concept. In the book, a heartbroken lover goes to the sea of trees to end her life. Others believe that the forest has some sort of curse that forces people into thinking these thoughts. Either way, it's a very scary forest. Those that stray from the path have run into bodies hanging from the trees. In fact, cases got so bad that the Japanese government had to place a board outside of the forest that reads, "Think carefully about your children, your family, and your life is a precious gift from your parents." But still, some say that there's a weird negative energy and eerie silence that washes over you when you enter this forest. In our 7th spot today, we have Oiran Buchi Bridge. The story behind this haunted bridge is a brutal one. Apparently in the 17th century, this area was a place for women of the night to find lonely miners. The area by this bridge had gold mines that were run by the Takeda clan, who also ran a brothel to keep these miners happy. Well, one night a group of miners killed 55 prostitutes on this bridge by destroying it. Their bodies fell into the gorge below. To this day, it's said that cries and screams of the women can be heard from the gorge. In our 6th spot today, we have Nakagusuku Hotel. This is actually a very famous haunted attraction in Japan. Now, it was first built as a luxury resort/hotel. However, a monk warned them not to build the hotel there as it would disturb the graves in the area. But they did not listen and they built it anyways. As a result, a number of the workers became cursed. Some got badly injured. Others died during construction, so they stopped the construction of it. Now, the owner was mad, and as an attempt to show the workers that there was nothing to fear, he decided to stay overnight at this hotel. He was never the same after that night. When people found him, he was incoherent, talking nonsense. He ended up disappearing and no one saw him ever again. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with Okiku Well. This is another very extremely haunted place in Japan, and that's because it's haunted by the spirit of Okiku, a young girl who worked at a castle as a servant to a well-respected samurai. Now, there are 2 versions of the story, so I don't know which one is real, but both stories end with the samurai becoming enraged with the girl and throwing her down the well on their lot. To this day, her soul still haunts this well. It's said that every night she crawls out of the well and wails at the top of her lungs. In our fourth spot today, we have the SSS Curve. Located in Okinawa, hopefully I pronounced that right, the SSS Curve is a pathway which gets its name from the shape of it. Now, what's the big deal about this path, you ask? Well, this is the path where a number of Japanese soldiers lost their lives in World War II, and to this day it's believed that their souls have never been able to move on. They are attached to the land and continue to haunt it. In fact, people who have walked this path have often felt like someone or something was touching them. Others have gotten sick and dizzy. Some even have experienced hallucinations. In our third spot today, we have the Himuro Mansion. This is for sure one place you should never travel to. Unless you're crazy, then go ahead. So apparently this mansion was the site of a number of gruesome murders. 7 individuals were found murdered during an occult ritual. The individuals were practicing a strangling ritual to try and seal off bad karma on the earth. The ritual involved raising a woman in secret, not letting her form any connections with anyone, and then tying her limbs to oxen for it to drag her. Then when that was done, all 4 of her limbs were tied to different oxen, and then they would, move. However, it turns out that this woman had secretly fallen in love with a young man. So the ritual did not work. Since it failed, the man of the household killed everyone before taking his own life. To this day, the family's ghosts still linger in this house. Some say they feel compelled to complete this ritual on their behalf. Others have said that they have seen blood splatters appear on the walls. Others have seen this woman's face appear in the window. In our second spot today, we have Iwo Jima Island. Now, let's stop with all the haunted stuff for just 1 second, because this island is scarier than ghosts, okay? And that's because it is very dangerous. It is home to a 161-meter high volcano. This volcano has been listed as the most dangerous active volcano in the world. In fact, it's said to erupt sometime in the next 100 years. An eruption would lead to a huge 25-meter high tsunami that would hit the coasts of both China and Japan. Millions would die as a result, and we can't really prevent this from happening. And in our number 1 spot today, we have the Round Schoolhouse Ruins. This was a school built in 1906, and based on its name, I'm sure you can guess. Yes, it was built in a circular fashion. Now, this school was built for children of coal miners that worked at the mines nearby. However, in 1974, the school was abandoned after Japan decided to import coal instead. And nowadays, it's considered very haunted. Are we surprised? No. A number of people who have explored this dilapidated building have heard voices and footsteps. Some even hear screams coming from the woods at night. One story goes that a group of friends decided to explore the ruins of the house when a strange figure attacked and chased them back to their car. They claim that this figure was not human at all. In fact, even Japanese mediums refuse to go anywhere near this site because they get bad vibes from it. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let me know in the comments below which one of these places you found the spookiest. And now, speaking of comments, let's move on to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video, top 10 sea creatures that came from a parallel universe. John K commented, "You look really nice with your hair like that." In the video, I had it up in like a braid, but because of the green screen, I think the editor edited out my braid, so it just looked like it was in a bun, and I thought it was really funny. My hair does not go well with the green screen. Daryl DeForge commented, "You literally used the word literally so many times, I literally couldn't get through the whole thing and literally stopped at 10:35. But I'm also Canadian and I call it Toronto, lol." Joke's on you, the video was 10:45, so you made it with only 10 seconds left. I know a lot of people called me out because apparently I got a little too passionate and I literally said literally too many times. So I'm sorry, okay? I'm literally sorry. And Fusion Kush, oh wow, commented, "Dislike, I came here for that giant squid, not these ugly little fishies." I'm sorry, I had to include this in here. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Ugly little, oh, fishes, whatever. Fishies is funner. Don't call them ugly, okay? I bet they're beautiful on the inside, even though I called them ugly and scary. Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. Ugly little fishies. Okay. Also, isn't it fish? Fishes is not a word. Fishes is not a word! But fishies is in my vocab. Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll show you when I show you. Bye.